Echt super! Nur Time Life Music bringt jetzt die größte und vollständigste Rock Collection, die je erschienen ist. Mit der ersten Ausgabe, Rockstars. Und nur bei Time Life, Rockstars mit 24 Originalsongs der Original-Superstars zum sagenhaften Kennenlernpreis. Bestellen Sie jetzt! Rockstars, das ist Ihr Anfang zu einer einmaligen Rockmusiksammlung. Die besten Songs der großen Musiker, alle in digitalem Supersound. Jetzt anrufen, get that feeling! Das erste Album Rockstars gibt's zum sagenhaften Kennenlernpreis. Wählen Sie die Telefonnummer Ihres Landes, dann erhalten Sie die 2 CDs oder 2 MCs 10 Tage zum Reinhören. Rufen Sie jetzt an. You'll like it.
LA SuperChannel.
Did you ever tell a little lie?
You told him you were my wife?
That got bigger.
I guess he was under the impression that I was
Insane?
And bigger.
What is happening?
Steve Martin, Goldie Hawn, house sitter.
Spain, passion for life.
Order the following product by phone now. Dominion presents Rockin' Down the House. 80 super party hits featuring Gene Vincent, Wanda Jackson, and Roy Orbison.
Pretty woman walking down the street.
Chuck Berry.
Why go for that rock and roll?
Chubby Checker.
Come on, baby. Let's do the twist.
Rockin' Down the House. 80 super party hits on 5 LPs, 5 MCs, or 4 CDs. Danny and the Juniors and Trini Lopez. The Everly Brothers.
Wake up, Billy Susie.
Little Richard. Bill Haley.
Gonna rock around the clock tonight.
Rockin' Down the House. To order this unique collection, just dial the number of your country. Please allow a maximum of 21 days for delivery. No risk. Rockin' Down the House comes with a full money-back guarantee. Call now.
Sunday afternoon at 4:30, we'll be bringing you red-hot action from the motorcycle racing world.
Excitement just around the bend.
All the thrills and spills, including behind-the-scenes interviews with the leading stars of the track. A must for motorcycle fans everywhere. Don't miss a second of this exciting event. Catch all the action, all the excitement in the Pro Superbike 1992 series, right here on SuperChannel, every Sunday afternoon at 4:30.
warrior's fantasy.
In the Friday classic movie, Bob Hope finds himself getting to grips with the art of photography.
You little rascal, you. Oh, time.
No.
Time. Oh. Doesn't he get meat at home? Sam McCloud, the coolest, toughest private eye in the business. You see, I wanted to be a detective, too. It only took brains, courage, and a gun, and I had the gun. Say, I can be a lot of help to you, Sam. Look, here's my latest invention right here. A camera with a keyhole lens. Takes pictures right through doors. I've been kicked out of 5 hotels already.
However, there's danger around every corner.
Baby, we're in this together. I'm with you till my dying breath.
Please, you mustn't.
Yeah, better not leave any fingerprints.
My Favorite Brunette, the classic movie, this Friday at 11.
Spain, passion for life.
Everybody was... Star Direct remembers the 70s with Disco Mania. Be ready to order by phone. 64 of the greatest dance hits of the 70s in one funky collection.
Must be missing an angel.
You'll love the music and the memories with Disco Mania. All original hits by the original artists.
Any kind of music.
Dance the night away with Disco Mania on 4 LPs, 4 cassettes or 4 compact discs. All the unforgettable hits from the decade of dance. Remember the great dance sounds of the 70s. Have yourself a party. Order Disco Mania now. This very special music offer comes with a full money-back guarantee. And please allow up to 28 days for delivery. Remember, you cannot buy Disco Mania in any shops. Don't delay. Order your copy by phoning now.
Action and adventure in the Wednesday movie. Only one man can mastermind a $2.5 million robbery and handpick the team to carry it out.
Gentlemen, I shall now set before you a simple business proposition. Nothing more, nothing less. If any one person chooses to pass on this proposition, he is free to do so. But his name will be sent out, and if as much as one word leaks to that source, that person shall be hunted down like an animal, and that person shall be killed. That, gentlemen, I promise you.
Dayton's Devils, this Wednesday night at 11.
Does your sanding disc act like a runaway train? Get back on track with Rotaflex. It never runs away. Ordinary sander attachments are rigid. They vibrate out of control on flat surfaces. But Rotaflex has a flexible shaft that absorbs vibration. It operates smoothly on doors, walls, or any flat work. For curved surfaces, just tighten this nut and you have perfect control on rounded corners, or delicate work like this. Sick of those flimsy discs that shred and tear? It's like destroying money. But the Rotaflex disc lasts 100 times longer. They're so strong, they can sand down a nail. And look, the discs attach with Velcro, easy on, easy off. Yet they won't come loose until you remove them. You get hours of sanding from a single disc. To clean, just use a piece of plastic. It's almost like magic. But wait, Rotaflex comes with this amazing drill clamp that turns your drill into a complete workshop. Rotate it any way you want to give you a powerful grinder and more. Precision sharpen your clippers. Put a new keen edge on that axe. Sharpen lawnmower blades like a pro. Even a heavy steel file can't damage these discs. Rotaflex is the most useful tool you'll ever own. And if you order now, you'll also receive this power polishing pad as a special bonus. The genuine lamb's wool won't scratch any finish. Just look at that shine. Get the complete Rotaflex workshop. It's a sander, it's a grinder, it's a sharpener, it's a polisher. It's an entire system. Order your complete Rotaflex kit now. Please allow up to 21 days for delivery. This special offer comes with a full money-back guarantee. Order the amazing Rotaflex kit at a very special price now.
Broadcasting to more than 50 million homes throughout Europe, 24 hours a day. This is SuperChannel.
Hello and welcome to another week of NewsWatch, SuperChannel's news and features magazine programme bringing you stories from all over Europe and beyond. In today's programme we go to the divided island of Cyprus to see how attempts are being made to bring together the two communities, split since 1974, plus recycling on a grand scale. We're not just talking plastic cups. And our roving reporter at Expo discovers the Belgian pavilion. But first, more on the battle against drugs in Europe. One group set up specially to fight the spread of narcotics has now got the blessing and support of the Council of Europe in its work. The group is trying to coordinate action in all member states and beyond, and liaise closely with international development agencies and the police to try to outsmart producers and traffickers. They're also out to tackle the social and criminal problems associated with drug abuse. This report from Jim Gibbons in our Brussels office.
Most of the world's illicit drugs are produced in third world countries. Although in the case of cannabis, the world's most commonly used drugs, large quantities are grown in Europe too. Heroin comes from the so-called Golden Triangle of Southern Asia, from Turkey and Mexico. While the drug that's seen the biggest surge in sales, cocaine, comes from Colombia, Bolivia and Peru. No one knows exactly how many tons of these drugs are produced and smuggled around the world, but it's certain that Europe is now the main target. Falling prices and consistent high quality of heroin and cocaine testify to their ready availability. It's estimated that Europe has over 2 million addicts and some 5 million regular users of illicit drugs. Drug abuse has helped accelerate the spread of AIDS and other diseases because many drug abusers share needles, passing on not only the HIV virus, but also hepatitis B. Links have also been established between drug abuse, juvenile crime, prostitution, international arms dealing, and terrorism. Most drug addicts find little difficulty in obtaining what they need. It's thought only a small percentage of the drugs sent to Europe are intercepted by police and customs officers. It was the growing threat from the narcotics trade that inspired the then President of France, Georges Pompidou, to set up the organization that bears his name. For the first 10 years of its existence, the Pompidou Group had no secretariat nor any firm base. It was then taken under the auspices of the Council of Europe, which provided a permanent home for an organization that was already growing in stature and importance. The cooperation being established now with the countries of Eastern and Central Europe has also boosted the Pompidou Group itself, which is thus better equipped to carry out its role in the greater Europe of today.
The political declaration and the comprehensive multidisciplinary outline adopted by the conference affirm for the first time, and it's perhaps surprising that it was the first time, that policies to reduce the demand for drugs ranked in equal importance alongside action against illicit traffic. And I am sure that the longer all of us look at this problem, and there are, of course, ministers for health and social affairs here this morning, and justice and interior ministers and their representatives here this morning, that we all regard demand reduction and cracking down on illicit trafficking as so closely integrated as to be indivisible in many ways if we are to be truly effective.
If Europe is at war with the drug barons, this is the nerve center, the headquarters of Interpol at Lyon in France. It's here that detailed files are kept on all known traffickers and others involved in the narcotics trade. Of necessity, Interpol's fight is with those who seek to profit from the trade in illicit drugs. It's a world of careful and painstaking police work. And it's quite different from the human response of the Council of Europe, which seeks to deal with the problem at the level of those who suffer from it, an approach on the basis of medical and social need, and aimed at reducing demand as a means of defeating the drug barons. Thirteen cities participate fully in the program of the Pompidou Group, a program that encompasses every conceivable approach to the drugs problem, using all the fields of expertise available and tapping into a wealth of knowledge and experience. Contacts have also been established as a means of opening up the network to Eastern and Central European countries. The ultimate outcome of all these discussions and debates are conventions and international agreements which member states are free to sign if they choose. The most recent convention to be signed concerned moves to outlaw the laundering of money, an important weapon in the fight against the drug barons. The aim of the Pompidou Group is to involve as many European countries as possible. It wants a large number of full members to contribute to its work and bring forward new ideas. And the group also collaborates closely with many international organizations to ensure its ideas get maximum circulation. The group works closely with such bodies as the World Health Organization, the United Nations, and the European Community. At the end of the day, though, the main aim has to be to reduce the demand for drugs. And that is what the Pompidou Group is striving to do.
We now go to Cyprus, an island split since 1974 between Greek and Turkish communities who never meet, communicate or do business together. Cyprus has been patrolled by the United Nations, who send us this report, and we see now the attempts being made to break down the barriers and reunite a people too long divided.
Cyprus, a little mountainous island with 650,000 inhabitants in the eastern Mediterranean, close to Turkey, Syria, and the Lebanon. Cyprus, an island divided since the war in 1974 by an impassable line separating Greek Cypriots from Turkish Cypriots. For the past 17 years, this ceasefire line has been patrolled by the blue-helmeted peacekeeping troops of the United Nations. We're on the Green Line, a buffer zone which runs through the middle of Nicosia, the capital of Cyprus. Just a few years ago, this was the scene of vicious killings and counter-killings. A former British colony, Cyprus became independent in 1960, but it's had a troubled and tragic history. In 1974, after years of tension between Greek and Turkish Cypriots, an attempted coup d'etat led by Greek Cypriots failed. The Turkish army took advantage of the situation to send in a force to the north of the country. After fierce fighting, they seized possession of 1/3 of the island. Hundreds of thousands of Turkish and Greek Cypriots then moved each to his own side of the ceasefire line. 17 years later, tens of thousands of Turkish soldiers are still stationed in the northern third of the island. Meanwhile, the soldiers of the United Nations patrol the ceasefire line which runs through the old town of Nicosia, waiting for the reunification of the island. As a result of all this, Greek and Turkish Cypriots, who had lived together for centuries, are now completely divided. This tangible wall of barbed wire and concrete, which clearly divides Nicosia, hides another wall of suspicion, misunderstanding and hate, which has its foundations deep in the past. It's in this difficult context that the United Nations, and in particular the United Nations Development Programme, are attempting to build bridges, or at any rate tiny pathways, between the two Cypriot communities. Branka Uzur is Yugoslav. She's worked in Nicosia for 3 years as a United Nations volunteer. This makes Branka one of the very rare individuals who cross the Green Line daily. Her work is to teach and develop the craft of pottery in both Cypriot communities. Branka has a difficult and thankless task on her hands. Outsiders who come to Cyprus full of hope soon learn how extraordinarily complex the situation is and the extreme delicacy of the political balance between the two communities. For all that, the two sides still hope to maintain one of the very rare examples of inter-community cooperation in Cyprus.
That's a very nice idea. I would like to work together with the other side and see what they are doing, and also they can see what we are doing, so we can together improve the ceramic of Cyprus.
But you are not allowed to go on the other side.
I'm not allowed, no, unfortunately.
When was the last time when you were on the other side?
After the 74 war, I haven't been able to go there anymore.
You were born on the other side?
Yes, yes.
And so you have never been
No,
since 74 there?
No.
We are planning now to make some seminar, to put 2 workshops together. Few people from this workshop and few from the other, and 3 days workshop in
on the Green Line.
On the Green Line, because this is the only way where they can meet.
Your mission here, Miss Branka, is it not a little bit an impossible mission to build bridges between those communities?
It's not easy. It's not easy, but I'm trying to do my job as good as it is possible. I'm here to help them, to teach them, so the rest.
Well, we'll have to take a break here, but in part 2 of NewsWatch, we go back to that United Nations report and take our daily trek to Expo. Don't go away.
Let Star Direct carry you back in time to the golden sound of the 60s. Relive 60 top 10 hits of the 60s with this sensational collection, only available by phone. Featuring all original artists, all top 10 hits, including 28 #1s. Get this great collection, 60 top 10 hits of the 60s on 3 albums, 3 cassettes or 3 compact discs, and record your favorite hits of the 60s. Join the celebrations and remember the good times. Order your copy of 60 top 10 hits of the 60s by phoning your local number now. This special offer comes with a full money-back guarantee, and please allow up to 28 days for delivery. And remember, you can't buy 60 top 10 hits of the 60s in any shops, so don't delay. Order your copy by phoning now.
Welcome back to NewsWatch, and we're going straight back to that report from the United Nations in Cyprus. Not only is the island divided, also its capital city, Nicosia. Like Beirut, it too carries the stigma of a green line separating one community from another. If the UN effort works, that line, set up nearly 20 years ago, will be confined to history.
Lidra Palace, on the Green Line, the buffer zone. If Branka's students will actually be able to get together one day, it will be here. This is the only place where Turkish and Greek Cypriots do occasionally meet. Under the protection of the blue-helmeted soldiers of the United Nations, Greek and Turkish Cypriots view slides of work in progress on either sides of the buffer zone. It's the only way they can see work going on the other side of a line they themselves cannot cross. They're technicians working together on a scheme to restore and preserve the historic center of Nicosia, a scheme which was initiated by the United Nations Development Programme on both sides of the buffer zone. Danilo Demi is an Italian architect who has worked for 15 years on the master plan to restore the heart of Nicosia.
I'm sharing my time equally between the two sides. These two areas were almost deserted because of their vicinity to the Green Line. So that has created the problems of desertion by people and also of decay of buildings. The goal of the Nicosia Master Plan is to preserve the historical center. So this is the main goal we are working for.
On the both sides of the Green Line?
On both sides of Nicosia, because the Nicosia Master Plan is composed by two groups, one of Greek Cypriot and the other one of Turkish Cypriot, but they are an unique team. The Nicosia Master Plan is a way of building bridges between the two communities. I mean, and also to create an example to show that cooperation between the two communities can work. It is a fragile, very, very, very fragile flower. So we have to be always very, very, very careful.
Very fragile indeed. The last time technicians from the two communities visited the other side of the wall was 9 years ago. During the 9,000 years of its history, Cyprus has been invaded many times. The Venetians built a fortified wall round Nicosia, and it survives to this day. Since the fall of the Berlin Wall, Nicosia is the only capital city to remain divided like this. The Green Line contrasts oddly with the ancient Venetian walls, a sad reminder of Nicosia's troubled past. We are now in the north of Cyprus, the part controlled by the ever-present Turkish army. The unilateral declaration of independence by this part of the island in 1983 fools nobody. No other country apart from Turkey recognizes it. 20% of the population lives here. Before the war, it was the more prosperous part of the island. Today, the economy is stagnant and the standard of living much lower than the other side of the buffer zone.
Actually, I was born in Paphos area, which is on the south side of Cyprus. I haven't seen my village as from 1974.
Orhan Yetkili is the leader of the Turkish Cypriot community in Nicosia. He's visiting work on the restoration plan for historic Nicosia, which is being carried out with United Nations aid.
Actually, sir, we are just on the buffer zone here.
Yes, we are on the buffer zone. After the, just to the south is Lidra Palace. United Nations are trying very hard to establish bridges between two communities, but there is a long way to go still, I think. But nobody knows.
Modern building.
Lelos Dimitriadis is the civic leader of the Greek Cypriot community in Nicosia. In fact, here we're just on the other side of the buffer zone, where the same restoration work is going on as on the Turkish side. Lelos, as everyone calls him, has been struggling for 15 years to promote this scheme, a scheme which aims to rebuild the two sides of the ancient city, but which sadly cannot yet reunite them.
You cannot accept, you cannot allow this place to be in this situation. It's unheard of.
And you
so it will take some time.
And you think that Nicosia Master Plan can help a little bit to that?
A lot, a lot. That's what we are doing. We are preparing the town for our children. The town will go on. We shall disappear, but the town will be here. Even states, countries disappear. Towns, they do not disappear easily. It's only 5 yards from the Green Line. But when it's finished, people would come here and live, and they will like it. We are being chased by lots of young couples who want to come and live here.
And before it was deserted here?
Of course. Look, there is nobody.
The old heart of Nicosia is safe, but with every day that passes, the growing ascendancy of the Greek sector, encompassing 80% of the population, becomes more evident. The Greek Cypriots are becoming increasingly prosperous, having taken full advantage of the island's position, poised between Europe and the Near East. In Lidra Palace on the buffer zone, for the first time for months, civic leaders from the two Nicosian communities are meeting. The atmosphere is relaxed with goodwill on both sides in evidence. The cooperation between the two sides must be maintained if Nicosia's reconstruction scheme is to be completed. It is one of the few examples of contact between the island's two communities. As for the political situation in Cyprus, there's still no sign of resolution. It's complete stalemate on either side of the ceasefire line. Officially, the two sides accept the United Nations Resolution number 649, recommending that the two communities coexist in a federal republic. What they can't agree on is how power should be shared in this future federation. And in the meantime, in the buffer zone, the remains of what was once a town where Greek and Turkish Cypriots lived in harmony continues to decay.
The image of the used car salesman could be facing a radical overhaul. Far from the negative picture of a sleazy, fast-talking smoothie conning you into buying a patched-up old heap, a new, environmentally friendly salesman could be offering you a brand new car with a difference.
Right now, somewhere in the world, a car is being built. Right now, nearly 500 million cars are parked, traffic jammed, even moving, perhaps. Streaming off production lines, briefly jamming roads, then stacked in battered heaps in scrap yards. But look at the heap from a different angle. Not waste, but as a mine of steel, plastic, glass and rubber. There's a new idea about, a new concept, cradle to the grave. It means manufacturers taking responsibility for their product long after its useful life is over. That means a recyclable car, a car that can be taken apart quickly, cheaply, and completely. At the moment, 70% of a car can be recycled, chiefly the steel. But in the UK, the Rover Group makes cars to be taken apart by the Bird Group. Being superbly made is no longer enough. Can they be unmade equally superbly? Bonding metal to plastic, for example, is not a good idea when you're making a car fit for a disassembly line. Not so futuristic either. Soon old cars could be sources of material for new ones, and other products too. Car quarries, perhaps. Assembled, disassembled, reassembled, like nature itself.
No, you're not being taken for a ride. The recycled car is fast becoming a reality. Now, off to Seville and our daily appointment with Expo 92. Today, Richard Collins visits the Belgian pavilion. And guess what? Not a chocolate or a beer in sight. Amazing.
Belgium is an old hand when it comes to universal expositions. The last one in Europe was held in Brussels in 1958. That left us with the Atomium, a 100-metre tall structure that's a monument to Belgian ingenuity. No one from Europe can mistake the character created by the Belgian author Hergé, who stands at the entrance. The cartoon books about Tintin that have been translated into 40 languages and enjoyed by millions are clearly the pride and joy of Belgium. Visitors, when they first enter the exhibition, pass through a replica of part of the Atomium, reminding them of Belgium's legacy from the past. The theme of discovery has been taken by the Belgians and applied to disciplines in the past where Belgians were pioneers. The cartographer Mercator from the 16th century and Ortelius are celebrated with exhibits of globes, sextants, maps, and a model ship. The Belgians have dug deep into their archives to produce a very impressive display. On the theme of geographical exploration, exhibits and photographs show various oceanographic studies conducted this century. Everything is carefully displayed, but as with other pavilions, the written explanations are very poor. Sometimes it's unclear not just what you're looking at, but why you're looking. Why, for example, after seeing the marvellous cartographical exhibits, are there some plants at the side looking rather lost and without any sign to say why they're there? Belgium prides itself on the quality of research in its universities. AIDS, tropical diseases, and would you believe it, building materials are among the subjects covered. A rather gruesome picture by Johannes Valverde shows an operation that could well have proved fatal. No doubt the Belgians have progressed since then. From science to art, and some beautiful examples from the 15th to the 20th century. A replica of Van Eyck's Cordero Místico is on display, and the highlight, the Martyrdom of St. Andrew by Rubens, has been lent by kind permission of the Prado Museum in Madrid. What's the message of the Belgian pavilion at Expo 92?
Well, as you have mentioned, we have shown some treasures of the past, and at the same time we tried to prove that we have some special techniques in architecture. Belgium is, as you know, a country that is rather poor in raw materials, but we want to stress the fact that we are able to work on materials as wood, steel, aluminum, as we say it, petit granit in Belgium, that is that characteristic blue stone, textile and glass. And this, I believe, we have mentioned in the building of this pavilion. This architecture is quite new, and we have adapted this technique to the situation, which is quite special here in the southern Spain, adapted to the climate. We don't expect any rain from now to the end of the exhibition, and this is the reason why we try to make it quite open without any roof on top. We believe that this architecture, being modern, is quite dynamic, and this should give an impression of the dynamic position of our country, having the great possibility of having Brussels in the heart of our country and in the heart of Europe.
The Belgian exhibition is by far the most comprehensive I've seen so far. The organisers have gone to great lengths to exhibit the best of the nation's treasures to the world. Without a multimedia spectacular, it's a pavilion suited to the serious museum goer. However, the lack of explanation is very frustrating. I'm told that improvements are on the way. In spite of these criticisms, for any art lover, the Belgian pavilion is a must. This is Richard Collins at Expo 92.
And that's the lot for today's NewsWatch. I hope you can make a date with us at the same time tomorrow and throughout the week for more news and features from around the globe. For today, though, it's goodbye.